Hello and welcome or welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I am Jeff, and today we are doing part 3 of the Goonies. And this is a really cool set because it's from a movie that I enjoyed as a child. In fact, I watched it so many times, kind of have it memorized. But this is set number 21363, and we have gone through the first 8 bags, and that's what's right in front of me. Let me go ahead and switch so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because it always helps to know what I'm talking about. And most of the time, I don't even know what I'm talking about. And you might say to yourself, well, Chip, I didn't get notification that you were doing this until late. That's okay, because I didn't either. The power went out last night, and yeah. We did not have power until, I think it was like 4 this morning. And so my sleep's been off, but I was able to take an additional nap, so I'm doing well. And let's see, we got to start with bag number 9. It was really kind of surreal last night because we went to go visit my sister, and we stayed the night at her place because we didn't have power or heat, and it got down to 21 last night, by the way. So it was nice and toasty. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's the opposite. I am searching for something on here because I want to share this if I can find it. And no, that's not it. So let me see if I can could find it. So what they did was the damage was so bad, they didn't have the parts to repair the substation. So they brought in 2 semi-trailers that had flatbed. They were flatbed semi-trailers with electrical equipment. They called it a portable substation. And that is what they used to do this. Yeah. Yeah, so okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look and talk at the same time. It ain't working. Okay, well, here's a picture of it. So let me go ahead and let me share my screen so that you guys can see this. This comes right off of Facebook here. Here we go. All right, so here's our substation on fire, and it doesn't look good. There was one comment that I'm looking for in particular where someone said, I've got a picture, a video of it. So, let's see. Anyway, I don't think, oh, wait, here it is. There it is. I found it. I found the Tunnel Johnson. Yeah, I would have not have wanted to be anywhere near that. And the sad thing is, I don't live that far from it. So I think you guys get the idea of how intense and awful it was. But that's why we didn't have power last night. And I had no idea whether I was going to be in a position that I could even do a live stream today. But here I am. And we were able to do it. What really angered me, though, has nothing to do with that. We were supposed to have a planning and zoning commission meeting last night. And they, even though the county was completely without power, they went ahead with the meeting anyway. And so they didn't get much input because, well, most people were taking care of things like making sure they didn't have frozen pipes, making sure their animals were taken care of. So, yeah, it yeah, it was not cool of them to continue with the meeting with these conditions. And I actually called up this morning and made my voice heard and let them know that it's not cool. They really need to reschedule it. So, all right. So we have our first minifigure of today. We already have other minifigures. There's 13 of them, I think, for this. This is Chunk, or supposed to be Chunk. And they gave us a special piece that we can put on the back of Sloth here. I love how they have Sloth missing teeth and stuff. That's hilarious. Okay. All right, so here we have it. We've got Sloth with Chunk attached to the back. All right, well, let's get to the building, shall we? Because I don't know about you, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the building. So let's see. Yeah. It's time to get this party started, right? I am still tired. Hey, Hoarder, how you doing? I am still tired because, I mean, I did get a nap in, but last night sleeping was rough with everything going on with the power being out and having so much to take care of. I will say, I am quite impressed with this house, though, because the power was out for 14 hours. And did you know that the outside temperature got down to 21? And on top of that, my house only got down to 57 on the inside. So I was quite impressed. And cool, Will. Let's see how you doing today, Will, by the way? Oh, I see. We're supposed to put 4 of these there. Yeah, cool. I'm actually doing pretty well. All things considered. I'm home. My heat's back on. No broken pipes. And I showed this a little bit earlier, but I ended my stream at like 12 yesterday, and 2 hours later, our substation that gets this whole entire county and part of the county south of us and part of the county to the east of us or west of us, it blew up literally. In fact, since you were here, since you're here, and no one, I don't think anybody was here when I did it earlier. Let me just show a quick section of it here. Someone put this on our Facebook page. Here is our substation on fire. And if you look, you can see the electrical arcing and stuff in the middle of that fire. So I think that demonstrates what happened there. So they have not been able to make permanent repairs. They just had to bring in 2 flatbed trucks, and they have electrical equipment on it, and they're calling it a portable substation. So whatever that means, I don't know. That's not an area of my expertise. Okay. I'm doing pretty good now that I have heat and now that I have electrical, and I got my dog, and Spencer did have to go to work today. He was rather bummed about that. He was hoping the power outage would give him the day off, but the power came back on at like 4 this morning, and he had to be at work at 7. And so the power was on, so does everything else. The show must go on, as they say. And I did rewatch my stream from yesterday. It does seem like I was crapping on Lego a lot, but I'm not part of the LAN, so the Lego Ambassador Network. I'm not part of it, so I will give you my honest opinion. And I just think that a lot of what they're putting out is crap. So I'm going to state so, and I'm not buying it. So anyway, it's all good. So yeah, what are you up to today, Will? You building some Lego, sorting? Going to go out to the Lego store, or I should say, walk to the Lego store. Oh, excuse me. He should help you with advertising your Bricklink store on a YouTube channel or something. That way he can work whenever. You know, I've tried to get him to do something like that. And he says that it's not his cup of tea. And I'm thinking, well, is working at a pallet factory your cup of tea? I don't think so, and you do it. So anyway, sorry. Now I'm being cynical. The dad's coming out of me. I remember one of my kids had said something stupid to me. Yeah, that like they didn't want to help unload the minivan of groceries. This is many years ago, and my daughter was being a pill about it. And I just said to her, I said, "Well, you like to eat, don't you?" All right. Oh, okay. So these get held now that we have this. And yeah, then there's this. That's pretty cool. So it holds the rocks in place. Okay, well, I'm going to set this aside since we don't need it for a minute. Yeah, you know, I would love to get my Bricklink store back to where it was, because there was a point that my Bricklink store was bringing in $12,000 a month. This is probably about 6 or 7 years ago. But it was really hard for me to maintain a full-time job and the Bricklink at the same time. So I slacked off. Yes, balls is swinging. That's correct. They got the testes out. That's correct. It's kind of what it looks like, doesn't it? But yeah, when I did the Bricklink store before, it was really hard to maintain both, and so I kind of slacked off and let it die down by not buying much inventory. I'm now to a point though that I am considering going gangbusters on it, because why not? It's a decent income. So yeah, no power last night, no heat, no nothing. So I escaped down to about 45 minutes south of my sister's house. That's where I was at last night. And they had heat, and they were unaffected by any of this. So I had a decent night though. It was cool to catch up with my sister, and this might seem rude, but I get along with her husband more than I do her. He's pretty chill. So yeah. Oh, excuse me. Never too old. How are you doing, my friend? You know, I was actually planning on watching you yesterday, your stream, but my power went out about 45 minutes before the stream, and it did not come back on till like 4 this morning. So I missed you entirely. I was planning on going, but this is the part where I think you say, "Oh, well, that's okay, Chip, because I'm doing another stream today. You can attend that one." And yes, I will. I plan on it. So cold, that's okay. I'll be streaming 2 times today. Oh, wow. What time is your other stream? I know your first one is 3 o'clock my time. When's your other one? Hey, Johnny, how's it going? I mean, I don't know what we're building right here. Oh, it looks like the side of the ship. I told my sister, who's a couple years older than me, well, if I'm being honest, more than a couple, but I was telling my sister last night about me buying the Goonies set, and she's like, "You bastard, I want that set." And I was like, "Well, they make more. Just go get one." No, my sister's she's a rural oh, I can't ever say that. She is a rural postal carrier. Yeah, gal. Sound like I'm drunk. Maybe I am. I'm just kidding. I'm not. Not by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, she works for the U.S. Post Office and cow, who the heck gave those kittens crack? My second stream is just watching me do a stop motion. Oh, okay. About 9 or 11. I don't know yet. Okay, well, I'll try to be there for the 3 o'clock one, and I'm pretty sure I will be, barring any weird power outages at last minute that last 14 hours. I think I'll be there. Yeah, the 14-hour. I was going to say live stream, but I mean the 14 hours of no power was. God, it was weird. I'm just not used to that. Okay, so we have the side of the ship with 2 cannons. I hate words like rural, hard to say. Who thought of that crap? Must be same guy, Bologna. Yeah. I think that it was somebody who had a mouthful of chips, and they said the word, and it probably meant something else, or it sounded like something else, but everyone just said, "Oh, okay, that just means rural." But yeah, I can't say that word. Okay, so that's weird. Like, did I miss something? I did. Yes, I did. Okay, well, it's time to unmiss it. Spaghetti and aluminum. Yeah, I agree. And even with words like that, there's other things like there's this guy. I don't think he really does YouTube anymore. His name was Matthew Santoro, and I used to love his videos, but I guess he kind of had a mental breakdown and he quit doing it. And I think he was British, and he used to crack me up because I like how the British say things or the Canadians say things a little different than we do. Like we say process and they say process. And I'm not making fun of how you guys say it. I just think it's neat. It's different. What was some other ones? Progress. Progress is also progress. And yeah, there's some other ones. A mouthful of chip, that has a whole other meaning. Yeah, it does for Mrs. Chip, but she ain't here to she ain't here to talk about that. Yeah, she's actually doing all right. I think she's struggling a little bit with being in the military, and I mean, she hasn't said this. This is just me looking at the situation. So keep in mind, this is my reflections, not hers. I think with her only having a year and a half left in the military, I think it's getting harder and harder for her because I think she wants to just, I think she wants to be a little more direct about how she's feeling about certain things I ask her to do, but she's still in the military, so she can't. So I think there's that constant struggle of, well, and again, this is what I'm saying, not her, but I think that part of her is just like, look, you're full of shit, and you know it, but she can't say that. And I think that's weighing on her, but I don't know. I'm guessing because she's never come out and said that directly. So, and sometimes I don't think I would have done really well in the military because I am the kind of person that if I think it's stupid, I'll just tell you. So I take TV. Don't ever use a talk, not talk. Take. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I've heard people. Yeah, I think it is more of a stereotypical thing about saying a. Because I remember watching the movie Strange Brew with Rick Moranis and I can't remember the other guy all those years ago. And they were supposed to be Canadian and they kept saying a. I don't know if you guys remember that movie Strange Brew. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I don't think anybody was here. Small town politics in place, and I wasn't happy about it. They were having a meeting last night, and it was scheduled before the power outage, of course, to discuss the possible annexation of my neighborhood. And well, with the power outage, many people could not attend, and they went ahead with the meeting anyway. And even though there's no power, and I'm sorry, but making sure my pipes don't freeze and making sure my animals are okay is far more important than attending some stupid meeting. And they went ahead with the meeting anyway, by the way. So I called my county commissioner this morning, and I gave him hell. I told him it was absolutely tasteless to do this that way, and that they should have rescheduled the meeting because most people were just getting off of work and would have been more concerned about their animals and their pipes freezing than they would a county meeting, but they went ahead with it anyway. So I'm hoping that my words actually do something. So anyway, hit them likes, brickers, mother truckers, as I used to say. Not, it's mother truckers. Trust me on that. I wouldn't lead you astray anyway. Hoarder says, I'm looking at this V19 Torrent, and other than the middle wing, I love it. Lego needs to stop using anti-studs on one side and studs on the other when it's making the middle wing. The Ultimate Collector Series B-Wing had a technique that put the anti-studs of two plates against each other so it was studded on both sides. Yeah, there is ways to do that, and I've actually done that a couple times. I like doing that. So the V19, I don't think I've seen that one. And by the way, these bags, for being a 3,000 almost piece set, it's really kind of small, the amount of bags. Now, that means each bag is pretty full is what it means, but yeah. I apologize. I am tired. We didn't sleep very well last night. But, I actually did have some good conversations with my son last night because the power outage. there wasn't a bunch of stuff for us to do before we got to my sister's. And so my son and I just we were talking about all kinds of stuff. And he was asking me about some of the relationships I had before Mrs. Chip. And I enjoyed talking about that. All right, I need to grab the sale for this thing right here. So let me go over here and grab that. All right, it looks like, oh, okay, you have to get, physiotherapy. Yes, right. Okay, yeah. Well, good luck with that, Never Tool. It's good to see you for a minute, and look out for me on your live stream later. Okay, make sure we have everything. It looks like I do yep, I got everything out of here. Okay, and we've got the first, oh, no, I need the big sale. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't notice that. This is so that they can rip the sail with the knife like they did in the movie. That's cool. The way I build all my mocks from now on, I get that they will do this to make more affordable, but it's still expensive, so they might as well make it right. And I agree with you 100% on that. Like, I don't think because Lego is demanding the prices they are, I expect a lot more out of them. If, because I think we've all bought cheap, shiny stuff before, and we may not be that satisfied with it, but we'll say something to ourselves like, well, I did pay $5 for it, and that's okay. But when you got Lego demanding $1,000 for a desk slice, that's not so cool. It better be perfect, because I can't go back and say, oh, that was only $1,000. So, yeah. Okay. We've got a little bit of work to do on the inside, and I will flip it around so you can see the inside just as soon as I'm done with these couple pieces. I'm going to do that, and then let's see. Oh, okay. Here we got this, and here we have this. Yeah. Okay. And okay, so let me show you guys the inside of it so far. You got the dangling rocks or balls, and you have this mechanism that does that, and it holds it in place. You've got the water pipe scene with when they were going underground trying to make noise so people would know they were there. And then we've got a little bit of we got Sloth's little place here. We've got the counterfeit money machine. We have the ice melt ice cream scene right here in this door. And then we've got this fireplace, which they go down into the cave through. It just slides over just like it did in the movie. And this is where I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's part of the restaurant. Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep building, shall we? And got quite a ways to go on this set. More than I'd like, but I mean, it's okay. It's a good build. Okay. Oh, that's already there. So what? Oh, okay. This goes here. I like how they build it in sections, but then they use these overlapping pieces to take care of it, to hold it in place. I think they did a really good job on that. All right. Desk slice should have come with a laser pointer. I agree. And I think I said this in yesterday's stream. I know I've said it in another stream. what really annoyed me about the Death Slice was people are like just going nuts over the stupid stormtrooper in the hot tub thing. I mean, like, really, you're going to spend $1,000 for one minifigure? No, I don't think so. That was just stupid. But all right, to each his own. If that's what you want, go ahead. All right, so we're building yet another section of the ship. This one's going to have the good old skull to it. Just a little preview there. So let's get her done. Will, how's your phone? Is it fully charged, or do you need to come back in about 18 minutes? Yeah, I was only able to attend Yeti's stream for a short period yesterday because of everything I had going on with the power outage and just making sure everything was okay. Oh, my city video's late coming out. It was supposed to come out this morning at midnight, but because I didn't have power, I could not edit a video. So the video is fully, there's nothing I need to do except for edit it. And I plan on finishing the editing this afternoon and then posting said video. I've kind of been kicking around the idea of live streaming again tonight at 6 o'clock my time, but I don't know. There's a bit that I need to do to that Disney Castle thing that I started working on. I didn't realize that there was a spinning plate. I'm at 33%. All right. I'm just joking with you, but thanks for playing along, man. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, Disney Castle. The inside of the Disney Castle has this little spinning plate that you're supposed to be able to dance with. And I have all those levers in the front. Those levers are all spoken for when it comes to the rest of the build. Like this roller coaster over here, this carousel over here. I didn't realize it had that. So I need to redo that front section. Well, actually, I need to redo the whole thing, really, to fit another thing in there so that I can, another rod with a lever, so that I can control that. And I need to do it before I go much further on the castle, because if I go too much further on the castle, it's going to be impossible to back out and do that without creating a bunch of damage and then headaches because of that. So, yeah, I think before I do a live stream, I need to do that first. So if I can get enough time to, if it doesn't take me much longer to edit the video and I'm able to do it before tonight, I'll do a live stream tonight. But if I can't, then we'll just have to count on Thursday night. Hope someone takes this set and makes a full pirate ship in the cave with all the traps to place. You know, that'd be awesome. And you know what else would be awesome? It would be that big old water slide thing they went down to get to the ship. I would love if somebody were to do that. I cannot. I've got too many irons in the fire, and I'm not even going to try to attempt another project right now. I think it's time for me to sit a couple out. Gonna be back though. Gonna eat 18 minutes. Okay. Oh, again, I'm sorry I'm yawning. I'm tired. It's been a really rough night. And the one thing I don't like about going places is how I have to get my CPAP machine ready and packed up, and got to bring the distilled water. Yeah, it's going somewhere else for the night or vacation's a pill for me. Oh, and that was the other thing. When I left, I messed up, man. I left my house and I got like 20 miles away from the house, and I realized I forgot my my medicines, and one of them is a heart medication. I cannot be without it. So I had no choice but to turn around and get said thing there, medicines. But I was able to get them. So, all right. Well, I dumped out 4 bags, and I was hoping to get them done, but we're already 36 minutes. Yeah. You know, that's exactly right. You can do it later. Lego is reusable. Actually, I was going to get into miniature model building, but didn't know what to do with the project afterward. Lego solves that issue. And, you know, thanks for saying that, Will, because that's the exact reason why I don't do model railroading like my dad does. I like model railroading, and I've thought about taking it up, but the problem I have with it is exactly that. What happens if, you know, okay, when I first start out, I'm not going to be that good at it, right? And that's the learning curve. It's not the negative. It's just the learning curve. And so what happens when I start over here, you know, on this side of my table, doing model railroading, and I do a crappy job doing the trees. And then, you know, by the time I get to this side of the table, it's like, oh, I've learned how to do trees a lot better. Oh, those look so awful over my first ones. I know me, I'm going to want to tear that up and redo it. And that's just going to be really expensive. Oh, wow. We all of a sudden had a huge burst of wind hit the house. Dang. Looks like we're going to have some bad weather coming up here. But yeah, that's the reason I don't do model railroading is, you know, it would be so expensive. Well, with Lego, as you know, you just kind of, well, okay, what do you want to change? Okay, well, let me buy a couple pieces and I can change the whole entire thing. And you don't have to change the whole entire model, but you can change the look and feel of it with simply a few pieces. And you get to reuse everything. So that's the reason I went with Lego. And oh yeah, I've always liked Lego too, so. All right. So this is coming along, in my opinion. Yes, exactly. You can do all the things you can do with the hobby in this hobby, and it's reusable. That's why it's expensive. Yeah. I like the fact that not only can you redo it, but you know your projects you can alter them. I also like the fact that as time goes on, Lego comes out with more pieces in different colors. And so what wasn't possible, let's say like 5 years ago, all of a sudden became possible. And that's really neat because sometimes I've built a few things like the Grand Line Hotel. I actually redid a significant portion of it because certain pieces didn't even exist at the time. And then now that I still have the model, it's like, oh, well, look at this. I can change this and this, and it wouldn't be that difficult. And I think it looks better that way. So I've done that. Yeah. Cost. Yeah. People tell you don't mock if they're just buying sets to display that particular ships. Just buy a model for the third of the cost. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that too. There's definitely cheaper ways to go about it. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I'm not messing anything up, because sometimes when I talk, I have that famous problem about chewing bubble gum and walking at the same time. It just doesn't happen for me. Okay. Oh, I missed a couple pieces on the last step. Well, let me take care of that. Okay. Yeah, I would do model railroading if it was easier to reuse the stuff, but it's not. You know, I think it's our age, mostly hoarder. You're one of the few people in the community that seems to feel the same I do in all aspects of this hobby. I think that has a lot of it to do with our age and the fact that, you know, you're a father, I'm a father. I think a lot of our life experiences has kind of lined that up to be that way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure we had totally different upbringings, but I think that, you know, there's certain world events that kind of shape you here and there. And I think that has something to do with it. Is what I'm saying. But, you know, I'll be honest with you. I love the hobby. I just think they're getting ridiculous on the price. So, yeah, and we have talked about all this, but so is it appropriate to ask Mrs. Chip if she's feeling chipper? Nah, I shouldn't. Okay. So we've got this 90-degree angle thing going on here that's not. Oh, there it is. It's working now. Okay, cool. We don't have a little thing to control it just yet, so I'm sure more's coming along on this. It's like what you said about the parts and how if they aren't available now, I'm always talking about that. I'm addicted to the parts. Yeah. And like you, we've talked about this one before. I love the picker-brick wall because, you know, I had no idea. Years ago, I was living in Virginia at the time, and I've lived here now for 6.5 years in Utah, Idaho. And I told myself way back that, you know, I don't have no idea why I'm buying it. There was this 1x4 dark blue, translight dark blue tiles. And I just thought it was cool because I knew there wasn't that many of them. And so I was like, okay, let me pick up a few. And I ended up getting like 5 or 6 cups back when they had the cups. And I stuck them in a big old drawer and did nothing with them for a few years. And then now I'm doing this ocean thing. And it's like, oh, well, guess what? I already have a ton of the pieces. Oh, okay. Well, John, Mrs. Chip is always seeking to mute me. So, you know, I understand. So it's good. It's good. How's your day, John? I'm just kidding, man. How's your day going? It's okay. Moving a lot better than yesterday. Yeah. It's amazing sometimes, you know. You can have a really bad day and, you know, just all you got to do is go to bed and wake up and everything's different the next day. It's so weird. And then there's mornings that you wake up and you feel like, oh, this is going to be a great day, and it ends up being a great day. And then other days you wake up and you're like, this sucks already. Can I go back to sleep? And, well, your day ends up going really poorly. I wanted to share this with you guys. I'll have to get my phone out for this. I got a stupid a text from a scammer. And I hate these stupid things because they're always asking it always ends up they're asking for money, and it's so dumb. I'm not going to give you any money. Heck, I don't need money to give you, so just stop it. Anyway, I got one of those texts, and I don't want to ruin it by trying to paraphrase it because I'm not good at paraphrasing. I forget stuff that I've said. So as soon as I'm done with this bag, I'll pull out my phone, and I will read to you word for word what I said to her. And it probably is not a her. It's probably some Nigerian dude in his mother's basement wearing his week old underwear. Anyway, and I'm sorry if that gave you a visual, but that's where I'm coming from. And see, we've got this extra piece. Oh, I see. It's not an extra piece. It goes right there. Okay, cool. All right. So let me break open my phone. It's not a very long conversation. Okay, so let's go text messages. Yesterday. Okay, random number. I have no idea who it is. And it says, hello, how has your week been treating you lately? Okay, awkward English. So I said, who is this? She says, hey, Angelina, didn't you save my number? I'm Lirna. And this is where I start trolling. I said, I don't remember you. Perhaps sending me some nudes will jog my memory. And she says, you should be more of a gentleman. And I said, look, if you're the same person that I met the other night, you were no lady. She blocked me. That's all it took. That's all it took for her to block me. And yes, Mrs. Chip is fully aware that I troll like that, and she is aware of that conversation because I screenshotted it, sent it to her, and she thought it was hilarious that I went, I said that kind of stuff. So anyway, almost walked off the phones yesterday. Ooh, sorry, I missed that part. I was too busy telling you my dumb story. Okay, so we have, I don't know who this is, but we got somebody here. And let's see, what else do we have? We've got, people always ask me, oh, yeah, people at the Lego store. Yeah, they're good for this. What are you going to do with that in a condescending way? And I'm like, I have no plans, but I love them. I want them and have them. So when I need them, mind your own business. I agree with you, Will. People at the Lego store do that to me too. When I buy like 5 or 6 boxes, like, oh, what are you building? Or what are you doing? And I always give them some nonchalant sort of answer, like, I'm building with it. What do you expect? Yeah, I mess around with I mess around with the Lego employees and just same thing, kind of mind your own business. And I think I've told this story before, but I embarrassed Amanda one time, my daughter, because we were in Costco and she had a whole one of those flatbed carts and I had a flatbed cart, and we filled it full of Lego sets, and we were buying 2 flatbed carts of pieces or of sets, like part of them out from my store. And when I did that, some lady just comes up to my cart and she picks up one of the sets out of my cart, and she picks up a box. She's looking at it and she's like, huh, what are you going to do with that? And at this point I'm annoyed because, I mean, really, you just came over and like grabbed stuff out of my cart. And well, I didn't answer her question. I just walked over her cart and picked up a food item out of it. And I was like, what are you getting this for? This isn't healthy for you. And the lady just like looked at me horrified that I'd gone over to her cart and grabbed something out of it. But it's like, hey, you just did it to me. And I did that. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it because I was really sick of it. People just kept doing that to me. Like not that she was the worst, but every time I go buy Lego from every time I buy Lego from Costco and I buy a lot of it, people tend to get real nosy and oh, what are you gonna do with that? Or somebody's having fun at your house tonight. And it's like, yeah, okay, yeah. Sorting Legos is so much fun. Thank you. But yeah, I get that. I actually get that one a lot. And I find it super annoying. But yeah, whatever. People are people. That's why I live out here in the country, because I don't like people. It's really funny because Mrs. Chip is actually really surprised sometimes that I do YouTube, because she's like, well, when you're off camera, you're such an introvert. How do you switch that off and get on camera? And it's like, I don't really know. I don't have an answer for that. Maybe because I'm talking about something I enjoy, so it's not hard to talk about it. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't figured out myself how I'm able to do it. So when I figure it out, I'll let you know. All right. Still get those scam tax calls. My neighbors get them too. Yeah. So it's not just me. Yeah. It's data brokers selling our information. And Hoarder says, in this day and age, if I get a call from a number I don't have saved, it's a scam. I would agree with that. I tell them I'm building the east wing of the White House. I like that answer, John. I do. I like that. Oh, and now we've got the well, which is an integral part of the story as well. Yeah, exactly. Well, we think a lot alike on that. My family does that. I don't know why they care what I spend my money on. It's my money. I don't complain about them buying kayaks they never use. Yeah, exactly. Or my sister buying a treadmill she never uses. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's getting a little personal territory. But that is a true story, though. She's bought a treadmill, and it's literally sat for, I think it's been 5 years, 6 years, and she never uses it. It's brand new. It's like, yeah, you probably spent a good $800 to $1,000 on that thing, and you ain't touching it. So if I want to spend $8,000, no, I'm just kidding, more like $1,000 on a desk slice, which I wouldn't, and I don't want to do anything with it, then that's my prerogative. I saw a Lego sorting app on Facebook Shorts. That's cool. I'd actually would be very interested in that. All right. This is kind of weird. I don't remember this being part of the movie, but I'm sure it was. I don't mind people that are genuinely curious, just the ones that look down on you while saying it. Yeah, you know, that is definitely, you bring up a good point. I've had a niece who, well, it's the same niece that I've told you is a pain in the ass. Who she makes fun of me because she's always like, I can't believe that you play with children's toys on the internet while you were on YouTube. And I'm like, girl, go suck it. I don't care. I mean, we could talk about your 2 ex-husbands, and never mind. There's more I could say. I'll stop right there. But it's like, you know, if I wanted to get dirty and personal and just come at her in a mean way, it wouldn't be that hard. But I don't do it back. I'm just like, whatever, man. Just you do you, and I'll do me. I'm good. But surprisingly, when I first did YouTube, my dad was supportive, but a lot of my siblings weren't. However, as time goes on, most of my siblings are now supportive of me doing YouTube and the Legos and the different conventions that I do. And yeah. So support hasn't been too much of a problem. Now my niece is still a turd about it, but yeah, I don't think she's ever gonna stop being a turd. Let's see. I don't mind that people. Okay, I read that. I bet they get upset. Yeah, about the White House comment. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of donating to the White House fund. Oh, okay. I see. So if we do this, well, that doesn't move. I thought this was supposed to move. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. To those people, yeah. You know, it's funny because I've had people say it's a kid's toy, and the next day they fly to Florida to go to Disneyland with no kids. Now that's funny. That's good. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, people are strange with their criticisms, and I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, I think I've just gotten to the point where, you know, I'm getting nothing but older, and I just don't want to deal with people and their stupidness. Now, if you've got something legit to say, and like, I mean, you know, if you truly feel like I'm being a detriment to myself, I mean, please try to say something to me. And you know, maybe if your argument has some validity, I'll listen, but it probably doesn't. So I'm going to listen, but not very intently. And I don't give a you know what. All right, so it looks like we got some more cannons coming up here. Now, I know the story of One-Eyed Willie is fake. I know, I mean, obviously, it's not a real story. However, they never try to tie it in to actual history, do they? I don't think they do. I think it's just a completely made-up story, which is okay, because it's a good story. It's just, yeah, it's kind of thought they would try to tie the story into actual history. We all need a hobby. It's one of the only things that keep me sane. I've learned to never make fun of somebody else's hobby. You do you and be happy, and I'll do me and I'll be happy. Exactly. Lego, and I don't, you know, I don't have any diagnosed issues, you know, mental issues or anything. Maybe I have a few undiagnosed, some might argue, but I'm just saying, I feel like Lego has been just very therapeutic for me, because I have been able to, like, you know, if I'm having a really stressful day and I don't want to think about it, I'll pull out some Lego and I'll start building, and usually I'll start thinking about whatever the issue is. However, just going through the process of building while thinking about what's going on in my life, I find it to be very relaxing, and I've come up with some really good solutions to the problems that I'm facing in my life just by picking up a bucket of Lego. So it cannot be overrated. So all right. I think this is supposed to be data, but I'm not sure. It's got the sticks of dynamite that they they thought it was candles, and they lit them, and well, they found out it wasn't. So yeah. Well, we're going to go a little bit over an hour because I'm going to go ahead and finish what I've started here, this bag. I don't like, with having the kittens in the house, I don't like leaving open bags out because it's a very good way to go have pieces missing. And with a brand new set, that's the last thing I need is spend $300 something on a set, which I actually did not spend that on this one, by the way. Because I used my points and then I did double points weekend and all that. But I mean, you get my point. I'm getting long-winded here. I don't want to leave open bags out because then the kittens do their thing and I end up missing pieces on a brand new set. So I'd like to just get as far as I can today. And I opened this bag already, so I'm going to finish this bag. Those kittens they're little hellions, man. Better Lego than a drug habit. I swear people want me to crash and burn. Too many haters out there that aren't satisfied with their own choices. Got to start crap with others to make themselves feel good. You know what? I think that's what's going on with my niece. You know, she ended up with 3 kids through 2 marriages and 2 divorces, and she's broke now and is struggling as a single mom. And just, you know, I mean, I think with her criticism, it's all about that. It's all about, well, oh, you get to do something you enjoy. How dare you? You know, and it's like, yeah, I'm just going to enjoy it. So say whatever you want. It ain't going to stop me. So, yeah. And don't let anybody stop you either. If people are getting negative about your hobby, tell them to suck it. And actually, that's a really bad memory for me because I remember I didn't do it. I was just at work. I used to work at Chipotle. This is years ago. I'm talking like 15 years ago. And I worked at Chipotle, and we had this guy, Freddie, that worked for us. And he was Hispanic, and he didn't speak much English. And I remember some of our he got a little frustrated one time with one of the customers. And after the customer left, he asked for some advice. Well, several of the people I worked with were Hispanic, and they spoke Spanish like he did. And one of the guys was like telling Freddie, he's like, next time somebody bothers you, just tell them to suck it. And then Freddie, in a thick accent, is like, suck it. And like he kept saying it. And every time he said it, man, I was trying not to laugh because the accent, it sounds so weird to hear him say that. But that's what it brings me back to. It brings me back to that time that I didn't teach him. Somebody else did. I promise. Yet looking to others for happiness will make you only unhappy. You can share your happiness with others. You can't make them happy. Correct. And that is something that, and I'm not trying to down Mrs. Chip when I say this and cut her down. I'm not. We've been married 29 years. Her and I have grown a lot during that time. So keep that in mind. She's not the same person I married all those years ago. And I'm not the same person either. We've changed. And that is something I had to learn, because I always thought that I could fix her or, you know, help her or whatever. And I just had to learn that, you know, everyone makes their own choices, whether good or bad. And they make it because they want to make the choice. And I can be supportive and try to help, but it's their job to do the work. It ain't my job to see that they do the work to improve. So, hard lesson to learn. And I also learned that people change at their own pace, and they don't do things the way that the way I would do it. They just don't. I had to learn that too. And again, I wasn't trying to be rude about my wife and say bad things about her. I'm not, because I've changed too. So it's impossible to be married to someone for 29 years. It'll be 29 years on Sunday, by the way. It's hard to be married that long and not change anything about yourself. You're going to change. So, Okay. We're almost done with the skull part. And I've got Mr. Enzo there on the floor. He's been kind of quiet today. Actually, he's been real quiet. He was barking earlier in his dream. You could see his feet moving like he was running during the dream. And then he started a low bark. Always makes me wonder, like, hey, buddy, what were you dreaming about? What were you chasing? But yeah, he was doing that earlier today. Yeah, and right after this live stream, I'm going to edit the city video because I want to release it today. And if I have time to go out to the shop after that and adjust this lever thing over here so it has an extra lever to it, I will do a live stream tonight working on the castle because I need to get cooking on this idea. I really do. I'm not going to let these people down. I told them I was going to do this. I'm going to do it. Look at that. We've got the skull entrance there through the cave. I think that is freaking cool. I hope I remember this building technique, or I remember where it's at so I can copy this later. I don't know where I'm going to copy it, but I really like the idea. And Wilson's got to say, you're agreeing with me has helped me turn my mood around. At least someone gets it. Well, I'm glad I get it for helping you is what I mean. I really am. And it is hard sometimes because sometimes, I mean, I'm not going to get into specific issues on this one, but sometimes in this world where everything's been turned upside down, sometimes I start to wonder if I'm the crazy one and not everyone is crazy around me. For instance, and sometimes it helps me too when I run across somebody who's just like, oh no, I get it, man. People are nuts, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. I ain't the only one that feels that way. People really are nuts. But yeah, that's just one example. Okay, so we got to put this. What are we doing? Oh, I messed that up. It's supposed to go the other way. Okay, well, let's put it on there. I don't remember this. Oh, yeah, this is the wishing well bucket. I do remember this part because he throws it down there for Brandy, for her to come up the bucket, and she just puts his Letterman jacket instead. I remember that. Right, it doesn't seem that way. It happens more now than it used to. Yeah, I mean, I sometimes struggle talking to my son about things because, like, you know, for instance, this thing that's going on with the county trying to absorb us, or the city trying to absorb us and annex us. I have tried to tell my son about it, and he's like, oh, I don't care about politics. Well, I mean, you don't have to care about all politics, but bare minimum, you should probably care about things like that because it's going to affect your life directly. And just the apathy and the lack of caring, again, I guess that is what apathy is disturbing to me. Oh, the pinchers of Pell. I forgot about this. And this is data. Okay. All right. This is making sense. You guys remember the false teeth thing? Here it is. Oh, quit moving. Quit moving. There you go. That's awesome. Oh, I love that scene. Preppy boy gets all bad and yells, "You goonie." Yes. Yes, he sure does. I do remember that too. I also remember him adjusting the mirror to look down her shirt on the date. That was kind of nice. But, you know, that's just a 12-year-old me talking when I saw that movie. Yes, I was probably 12. I don't remember, though. It's been so long. All right. So, obviously, we know that we're not done, but this is as far as we're going to get today. But obviously, we know that this right here is going to connect up here to the rest of the ship. And so it is coming along nicely. We are done with bags 1 through 12. We are going to be doing a bag 13, and we'll do this tomorrow. So we're going to just pick up where we left off. And hopefully I can get enough done so I can stream again tonight. So, yeah. Oh, no, it's the Pinchers of Pell, you mean? That's just brick built. There's only 4 stickers on the set. I'm really proud of Lego for only having 4 stickers on this, because I think they could have done far more stickers, but they didn't. Even the skeleton. God, I can't really. Well, yeah, I can. You remember the key to One-Eyed Willie thing? See if it'll focus. That is printed. The little rock, little key thing. It was Chester Copperpot. Yes, who didn't make it. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Oh, the teeth is brick built. It's just a where is it? Yeah, the teeth is just it's just a plate modified with 2 modified tiles on there. That's what it is. So, all right, guys, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And be good to each other. Stay safe out there. I will catch you on my next stream.